Welcome to the Kurt Dylan Music Show. Welcome. Welcome to the Kurt Dylan Music Show. Today we're going to be talking about something completely different from what we usually talk about. So let's just get right in. Conspiracy theories have always provided a source of entertainment for those interested in the morbid, peculiar, or plain nonsensical. Thus, they're a great outlet for music fans, who are no strangers to overanalyzing possibly meaningless material and trying to find brilliance in minuscule details, myself included in this strange act. From Paul McCartney being dead and switched with a very convincing look-alike to Dark Side of the Moon somehow syncing up with The Wizard of Oz, these theories have ranged from reasonable speculation to insanely overanalyzed theories that will make your mind unravel. Some are by crazy fans eager for a secret meaning, others intentionally planted by artists to mess with their audience, and yet others which seem to come from nowhere, and they're so strangely convincing that you can't help but say that they're true. Fake or not, they are pretty fun to hear and listen, so prepare yourself to laugh, cry, get confused, or get freaked out, because every lie has some truth in it. So, for your listening pleasure, I present to you today's musical conspiracy theory. The Beatles, glorious instigators of the British invasion, a widespread movement in both culture and music which made Beatlemania seem like an epidemic of rebellion to out-of-touch elders and a symbol of meaningful social change to the hopeful youth. While everybody has their thoughts and opinions on Ringo's Starr, John Lennon, and George Harrison, others still regard Paul McCartney as open for interpretation. Is he just a lucky pretty boy from Liverpool? Maybe. A songwriting genius upon a pedestal far beyond other musicians? Yeah, sure, whatever. Or is he currently a clever look-alike brought in to cover up the real guy's death in 1966? Probably not. I mean, it doesn't seem like it. Well, like most musical conspiracy theories, this one seems incredibly strange and even stupid. Well, until you check out the alleged evidence, which is also a massive stretch. What was most likely just a jokey little rumor in college campuses took the world by storm as radio shows and magazines, probably hungry to sell a few more copies, reported the hoax, and probably like most, strangely questioned if it really was fake. I mean, it could have been real, right? The amount of supposed cryptic clues can either mean that these Beatlemaniacs are looking too deep into the albums and songs, or if the conspiracy is true, that the three remaining Beatles are so messed up, or were so messed up, that they actually took the time to hide all those minuscule details. I mean, why? So, let's just look at the facts and the falsehoods and go right into the evidence. Okay, let me be frank. I have listened to the album Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band multiple times, and there were various things which caught me off guard. The cover itself always felt as though it was trying to symbolize something, with the old school suit and tie Beatles standing behind Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, looking somewhat sad as though they were mourning. I always assumed that it was supposed to symbolize them retiring their older image and embracing the changing times. But the burial theory not only makes sense, but seems to make the rest of the cover make sense. The people standing there and the placement of the props. Okay, so this is what I could gather from the research I made about what this album, the songs, and the cover put together supposedly mean. Okay, this is gonna be a long one. Basically, lovely Rita Meter-Main was really just some crazy Beatles fangirl who on November 9th, 1966, or September 11th, yes, the Beatles apparently predicted 9/11, don't ask me how somebody found that specific date, were driving in an Aston Martin car beside Shirley Temple Doll, the model car, the one, anyhow, which I couldn't see, but whatever. And the stupid meter maid, being all excited, threw herself on him, making him crash and blow his mind out in the car. Maybe because he didn't notice that the lights had changed? I don't know. But there's more. So apparently this guy Billy Shears, who they keep naming in the beginning, is not just some fictional member of the fictional band they made to parody other hippie musicians. But no, he's actually Paul's replacement, guys. Duh. And the words on the back, lyrics I believe they call them, are also supposed to be clues. Duh. And him not looking at the camera is also supposed to mean something. Duh. Okay, let me be real with you guys. While I would love to go into full detail about how Abbey Road, which was coincidentally the last album that the Beatles recorded together, except not because Paul was totally dead, guys, is supposed to represent a bunch of things, like in the cover, when he's barefoot, it's supposed to mean that he's dead because dead people apparently don't wear shoes. Except they do because most people are buried in suits, and those suits sometimes include shoes. So I mean, I don't know what do I know about dead people, right? And apparently, the last surviving Beatles are supposed to represent different members of his funeral, and how the license plates are supposed to mean something if you look at them and believe in yourself and count to 3 while holding your breath underwater. It just seems a bit too convoluted. It just seems like I would love to believe this theory. I would love to be one of those people who can wrap their head around it and think, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I like it. I like listening to it. And I know nobody actually takes it seriously. But I mean, they're kind of going too far with it. I mean, it feels like somebody made it with a little help from their friends. I mean, they got high with a little help from their friends and then they made it. So I'm just going to leave it behind and say that it could be true, and if it is true, then I don't know who's that guy making that new album for Paul McCartney, but he must be super amazing, guys. And, good luck to him. But I think we're done with this theory. I hope you have enjoyed today's segment of the Kurt Dylan Music Show, and that my complete disbelief of the Paul is dead theory and unprofessionalism have not scared you away. So please have a great night and rock on. Have a good night, and rock on.